Howdy, folks. I hope you're doing very well today. Welcome to XCOM 2. Now, I've done this intro, re-recorded it a few times, so however this one goes, we're leaving it in. We're doing it live. XCOM 2 is a 2016 sequel to XCOM 1 developed by Firaxis Interactive, I think? Is that their full title? And published by 2K, I do believe. And, XCOM 1 is a game about an encroaching invasion into Earth being fought off by a top secret, you could call it almost like an Illuminati special forces group to tactically deal with the alien invasion in a turn-based, tight squad play kind of strategic game. And XCOM 2 takes place 20 years after XCOM 1, where, in fact, the aliens won. They have taken over Earth, and the propaganda machines are on full blast, baby, and the world governments have all fallen apart. So XCOM 1, we are, government-sanctioned, like, black group, we're like Black Ops. And XCOM 2, we are the freedom fighters. So with that, we come to mods, and we come to mods because one of the big sort of themes of XCOM 2 versus XCOM 1 is that in XCOM 1, you go into a zone and you fight, and you can hold your ground because you're government sanctioned. In XCOM 2, the world, the government is the aliens. They have unlimited reinforcements, if you don't get in, get out, guerrilla warfare, you lose the war. And so the game involves lots and lots of mission timers where it'll say, okay, get this done in 8 turns or you lose. I do not care for that feature. I've seen many arguments that sort of say, well, the turn timer isn't as bad as you think it is. It's kind of like a psychological trick to make you, behave in a slightly different way. And in my mind, the psychological trick that is at play there is to make me behave in a certain way as to make my tactics inept and stupid and make my soldiers take wounds and die when they should not be taking those wounds and dying. And the game will certainly punish you for taking lots of damage on your soldiers. You can just run out of having enough soldiers to go on missions if you take enough wounds. So, and your soldiers can, have bad traits as a result of being wounded and stuff like that. It's just, I don't like it. So that and many other features have been kind of shuffled around with these 76 mods. The vast majority of them are, in fact, just textures, accessories, hairstyles, tattoos, army, like uniform patterns, a color wheel, or like a color slider that I can pick from for RGB, for customization, all kinds of little fun stuff. I don't even remember everything that's in there. I think I have some stuff that even changes like the classes over from a larger mod called Long War 2, so it like makes the classes work differently. I barely even, I don't remember all of the mods I have at this point, and at this point, I'm too afraid to even check. So there they are on screen if you're curious. I use alternative mod launcher. Everything seems to work okay for me. Okay? I'll say that some of the stuff I'm most excited about, that I really enjoy the most, is I have a bunch of Halo mods in here. So I have a bunch of armor from like Halo Reach. I have the guns from Halo Reach that replace the laser weapons and stuff like that. I really dig that. I really think that's cool. We're going to be making heavy use of those things throughout the game. And I also have a character pool. So this game, and let's actually switch over to the game here. So this game gives you the ability to send characters to a character pool, and you can actually have those characters be imported into your game. That's not who I clicked. Into your game when you start all of these characters. And they can of course all die unless you reload the game, they can get shot and just they're gone. So these are like friends of mine and stuff like that. I may bring in other soldiers over time, name them people. I don't know. Maybe people who comment, I can add them in. There's no guarantee I'll use everyone. Just kind of depends on how the classes and stuff play out. But just so you know where those people are coming from, we're going to do like fun stuff with the customization. Like we'll start off with one type of armor, and then as we get armor upgrades, we'll actually start recustomizing them and changing their colors. Like at first, everyone's going to look like... I'm a big Halo lore nut, so like we're going to have them in the Mjolnir Mark V or whatever at first, and then move on to like having a variety of third-party armors. Anyways... What else do I want to cover before I start a game? I will say this is going to be challenging for me because I save scum the hell out of XCOM. Everyone knows, you know, it's XCOM, baby, when your soldier takes a 95% chance shot and misses, and that results in your squad all dying and losing their shit and getting scared, and you know the mission goes sideways because they missed a shot that they really should never have missed. There's also some like weird visual bugs. There's cases where your squad may get spotted, which may cause you to lose, even though there's no indication that you're going to get spotted, even though you're staring at the enemy that spots you and like you can see him, but somehow it doesn't notify you that the tile you're moving to will be a tile they get spotted from. Stuff like that can happen. If something is really BS-y like that, like I think it's the game's fault. I think the game did not communicate with me properly what might have happened there. I am not afraid to load the game, and I will load the game. Okay, I'm not losing people to things that I disagree with, okay? But if I lose to my own ineptitude, well, that's a little different. We'll try to keep those, which means I may become very upset when I lose people like, you know, my partner in game, or myself. Yeah, I think that's about it for now. Let's go ahead and load into a new game. We'll go with like, this is basically normal difficulty. I'll probably stick with that. That's fine. We'll reduce beginner voiceover. We won't play the tutorial. I think with the mods I have, I don't think these two settings even do anything, but I'll turn them on anyways. We're going with the XCOM UFO Defense soundtrack. I haven't really cared too much for the XCOM 2 War of the Chosen soundtrack. That's okay. We are not going to play Iron Man. I want the ability to reload my game because this game, it's a fun game. I don't trust it that much. Enable Lost and Abandoned for the DLC stuff. Integrate DLC. Yep. I apparently don't have this stuff. Kind of thought I did.
Accessing the feed now. We're in.
I'm in.
But I don't know for how long.
Shin Hacker Man.
Way too much security, even for Advent.
That's no ordinary gene therapy clinic.
That's no moon.
Telling the truth.
Or they're leading us into a trap. A really obvious trap.
It's a tarp.
We'd need an army to march in there right now.
I've got a better idea.
4 guys.
This is Central. Go.
He's serious too. Wait, is that a Reaper? When's the last time I've watched this cutscene? It's been a while.
Timeline you placed upon us, mistakes are bound to happen.
It wasn't our fault.
Atan Batal. What does it mean? He's gonna battle him.
There's no need for any of this. I will do what you ask of me. I just need additional time.
He's gonna
Say something.
Oh snap.
You're one of those. You must understand. I had no choice. Outrider, report.
He just beats him with the pommel of her knife. Okay.
So, you do exist. Outrider to Avenger, I have visual confirmation.
Are you sure?
Reapers are always
So I thought the Reapers were a DLC
Take your word
faction,
for it.
so
Cover your tracks and get the hell out of there.
kind of
They can't
interesting,
know we
this
were here.
cutscene.
Yet.
understood. Now the real war begins.
I'm trying to realize if this is War of the Chosen, like, that's adding this. Oh, that cutscene's kind of loud. Yeah, I'm trying to remember if it's War of the Chosen DLC that adds that cutscene or what. I guess it is. And then this is probably the base game.
Centers across the globe prepare for the 20th anniversary of Unification Day.
Thousands line up at the
Yeah, that's
site
not
of the
terrifying
Great
at all.
Accord, celebrating the formation of the Advent Coalition.
Keeping with their promise to humanity, 12 new gene therapy clinics will
It's
be
messed up
opening
they
in
got
select
humans
cities
reporting.
by the end of the new year.
Despite the attempted attack by Fringe elements, operations
Fringe.
at the new facility in Paris thankfully remain unaffected.
In response to the unprovoked intrusion on the eve of our most beloved celebration, the speaker reaches out to us.
A small number of dissidents again repeat the mistakes of the old world.
Striking as we celebrate.
He's so obviously evil.
Time and again offers only friendship and compassion.
Yet these trivial actions could never break the bond between humanity and the Elders.
Uh-huh.
Peacekeeping
Propaganda.
forces have already made several preemptive arrests of known collaborators.
Preemptive,
Advent
huh?
again assures all citizens that today's celebrations will continue as planned.
Perfect.
Seems good. Seems normal.
The Advent administration reminds you to report all suspicious activity to your nearest peacekeeper. Only together can we build a better tomorrow.
Approaching position. You were right. They've definitely got their hands full today.
Stay focused. Prep gate crasher. 60 seconds.
They could try to make these Peacekeeper guys a little less scary. They're towing the line. I mean, they're not even speaking English. Can we understand that?
Now.
Signal received. Loud and clear. Okay, Gatecrasher. Your turn.
Lock and load. All right, so now we get kind of a little, it's kind of a tutorial mission or like a prologue mission.
Time the aliens and the rest of the Advent.
That's cool. It looks like it did pull in my four of my imported character pool characters.
Target. Deploy and approach the designated position. Neutralize any hostile contacts and secure the site. Menace 1-5. We have a fix on the target. Move to place the X4 charges at the designated position.
Okay, thank you. Save the game. I can't save the game. I was able to quick save. Anyway, so I've got everyone in these little army uniforms for now. I figure what I'll do is everyone will be in an army uniform until they complete at least one, we'll say non-prologue mission, and then I'll put them in some like power armor after that, which will have no gameplay effect at this point in the game, but it'll look cool, and that's what matters. If you look cool, you do better. So XCOM 2 has concealment at the beginning of most missions. The aliens do not know where we are. They will not be moving towards us per se. They'll be on little patrols and we can spot them before they spot us. If one of us is spotted, we are all suddenly revealed.
I'm reading you.
And when we are spotted, the aliens get a free move turn and they get to move wherever they want. Which means that if you're spotted, let's say I move 3 people and I completely use their turns. And then let's say I move Tori here, and I move Tori right here, and she spots someone and gets spotted. They get to move wherever they want, and then let's say, you know, Tori's turn is over. She didn't even get to shoot anyone. She's just done her move and her turn is over. Well, they get to move wherever they want, and then their turn starts, and then they all get a free shot at us. So a lot of this game is about engagement distance, spotting distance, who sees who first, who takes the first shot, who is set up better. Once we're all revealed, we lose that advantage to some extent, and we just start to have to move very cautiously, very slowly. This is why having the timers, the mission timers on most missions, I find very irritating because of how important that kind of entanglement is of view distance, spotting, and turn management. Okay? So, we can afford to move aggressively-ish.
Getting a new angle.
And without too much coordination or real thought to tactics here, because we are in concealment, it's unlikely we'll spot anyone and completely get screwed. Usually we will spot someone and we'll have a minute.
The Advent forces we've dealt with. They're disciplined and well equipped, but their obedience makes them predictable.
You can see the engagement range, or rather the spot range over here on these tiles. If we move into these tiles, we will be spotted, and we know that because one of our squad mates can see them. If you're not familiar with XCOM, it is turn-based. Our turn goes first over here. Each of us has essentially 2 actions. Some actions will end your turn. Some actions will not end your turn. You can move in 2 phases. I guess it's kind of like D&D or, you know, like a tabletop role-playing game. You know, you can only do so many actions, and certain actions use more, you know, movement or AP than others. But it's not like an AP pool system like some games have, where you have like 70 AP, take a snapshot for 8 AP. It's just, you take your shot and your turn ends until you get like perks and stuff that change that. So let's just kind of take some movement. We are unlikely to be spotted until the enemy is very, 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 very close, as long as our cover points towards them. So there's a really good chance we'll be spotted if, say, one of them patrols right here and has a flanking position on JD right there. Okay? Okay. Let's take Cam over here. We'll move Cam to this corner. I don't think there's anyone inside, and if there is, we're in cover from this angle, so I think it'll be okay. It's unlikely there'll be an enemy that close to us at the beginning of the round, or mission, as it were. Grenades are your friend this early in the game, so most likely what I'm going to do here is move up as far as I can without getting spotted. And then I'm likely just going to throw a grenade into the middle of these guys. And I can hit all 3 and likely kill all 3. So we're just going to do that.
Look out! Grenade!
Not really a better time to do it than now.
We're clear. Careful.
And there we go. So those are covered. Some stuff is on fire. They're dead. If they had any loot, it will be destroyed because explosives destroy your loot. Now we're in danger mode because we have ended our concealment. So if we move too far up and they spot us, they'll get a free move. So I'm not going to move very far up. I'm going to move like yay far.
Say again?
Along this kind of line here. We're trying to get over here, plant these X4 chargers. There's probably like 2 to 3 pods of enemies. Enemies kind of travel in like groups of 3 or 4, typically. And we'll just go on Overwatch. So we're going on Overwatch, which means if an enemy moves into our line of sight and then like moves a tile over or more, we will take a free shot against them, which gives us a significant advantage. Okay. So we haven't spotted anyone. If we spot them, pretty much they will spot us. So let's move you up, and we've spotted someone for sure because I can't control my keyboard.
Officers seem more capable than the grunts. We're not sure whether to
Now this is a pretty dangerous situation because we're pretty far away. We're quite far away from these guys. This, like, for example, the officer back here, incredibly far. I mean, we're not going to be able to do much against him. We have spotted some enemies, so we can do some stuff. My initial gut reaction here is to move Cam out. This is the most dangerous mission in the game for our soldiers, essentially. We don't have classes, we don't have good weapons, we just like don't have what we would need to be very survivable. And we can't even reach everyone. And our aim sucks, like our guys are not upgraded and they can get one shot. So we're gonna at least want to make sure that we're using hard cover, full cover here, and that we're not in a position to take any like effective fire. I'm willing to move Andrew up. Well, I would be. My concern here, it is full cover, so I'll do it. Like, this is the mission where we're most likely to lose a soldier. Full stop. 65% chance for a flanked target is a terrible, terrible, terrible shot. But she hits, and a critical.
Now who's a ghost?
I love it. I'm very happy with that. 45% shot is awful. You don't even have a shot, so we're gonna have you Overwatch. We'll have you take this 45%. I don't think you're gonna hit. No. So I probably should have had Andrew hunker down. Okay, the officer goes on Overwatch. Our Overwatch hits. So, and you can see why Overwatch matters so much. That was amazing. 25% chance to hit. Really bad chance to hit, and it doesn't look like there's much we can do about this except take a risky move against the Overwatch. I don't love that. Yeah, because anywhere we move where we'll be in line of sight to hit him is going to trigger an Overwatch. And our shot against him is really horrible. So this is actually like a really good position he's got against us here. So it's not a guaranteed hit, but it's likely enough to give pause. And I don't think I can get anyone quite close enough to throw a grenade at him either. This is like 2 tiles away, so I need to move at least 2 tiles closer, which means his Overwatch would be triggered. So actually this is quite a bad situation, I think. I'm tempted to just have everyone hunker down and hope he misses. I really am. And maybe Overwatch everyone in case he moves. Let's do that. Let's hunker down Andrew, which raises his defense and dodge. We're gonna put everyone else on Overwatch. See what he does. He might just take a shot. So he's gonna go take cover further away and go back on Overwatch. Damn. That's annoying. This guy moves in a really irritating way. Okay. He really is covering quite a lot of our ability to do anything here. I don't love that. Can you see him? Yeah, you can see him. 25%. It's just not high enough.
Be quiet.
It doesn't look like he wants to take a shot against someone who's hunkered, though. He is going to take a shot. But it's going to miss. Hunker down helps with that, plus full cover. And that took away his Overwatch, so now we can actually move up on him. Start doing that. We should start getting slightly better shots. 26% is really bad, too. 1 grenade will not be enough to kill him, either. I don't want to move into half cover like that, if I can avoid it. Get better ground on him would be good. Take a better shot, usually. We do have to sacrifice cover to do that. 46% is better. It's unlikely to be a kill. These are sort of the compromises you have to make. I really want to avoid people taking damage, but, you know, sometimes there's just no way around it. We're playing very, very cautious here. Because we need to get close enough to nade him twice, or we need to be able to take good shots against him, and like 45% is so bad. We could take 3 shots at like 25% and 1 at 45%. I'll take the chance. Let's do it. We could miss all 4 of these. We probably will. Look at that leg. What's going on with that armor there? We'll have to change that out soon, I guess. Cam was my sniper in the last game, so I love that she just hit that. It's awesome. Let's see if we missed 3 25% in a row. Probably will.
Get away from me.
And then we have 2 people in half cover, so we'll probably take a hit here. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
We're not picking up any inbound contacts.
So just 2 pods.
Clear. Menace 1-5, we have a limited window to act before Advent responds. We need to get those charges planted on the double.
Yep. They said the area is clear. Sorry, I punched my pop filter there.
Let's move.
So we should be fine to just plant this and go home. Let's do it.
Menace 1-5, rendezvous at the extraction point. Status confirmed. Squad is clear. Detonating charges.
Cool. So we get a bonus reward because we did a perfect run of that mission. We got 91 intel at the beginning of the game. That's really nice. And we can even take mission photos. This is one of my favorite parts about the game, is that we have propaganda. We can do the propaganda. So let's arrange our characters a little bit here for fun. I won't spend too much time on this right now. See, that's not what I clicked at all. No, it isn't. The game does this. If you like scroll away while you're trying to click on a weapon or something like that, it'll get upset at you and pick something else besides what you actually picked. I need to give her a different pose. I got a mod that I think is supposed to add some more poses. It does. Yes. Sitting. Cool. Okay. Warrior's glare. Checking flank. I love it. I love it. Yeah, there weren't enough poses before. This is good. I'm liking this music, actually. You've got a sick guitar solo. For some reason, crouching messes up this pants leg. That's weird. Maybe this. Yes, this guitar. I love it. Okay, I've been missing out. I usually play this game without any music at all because I don't like the XCOM 2 War of the Chosen music too much. For some reason, this is better. This is much better. Okay, there we go. Let's do that. And let's have a... Let's mess with the layout. We'll just do... Sure. Text. Again, I just love that all these features are in here. Earth is ours, and XCOM will fight for it. We'll leave the text to the default. We could posterize it. Sepia, 70s. Saturate it, even more colorful. Let's do... I like sepia. Let's do sepia. Zoom in on everyone a little. So it's like a power stance with the sun rays coming down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Then add effect. Paper. There we go. Now it looks like a poster. Boom. All right. And now we'll be able to see this poster in missions. It'll be out there just randomly. Each poster is. Let's go home.
According to Advent officials, recent attacks by dissident elements operating outside of the city centers have done little to slow the progress of Advent's ongoing development or out...
Got some mission stats there. I just kind of clicked through that. Everyone gets a promotion. We'll deal with those later. Got some corpses. I guess we dragged them in. Got a bond between JD and Cam. Okay. Okay, cool. I think, I'm kind of inclined... I'm not... So, Bond level 1 reached, bond soldiers. Something I had with my last playthrough was that my bonded soldiers, like, they weren't a good fit for each other. And what I mean by that is bonding lets your soldiers give each other an extra turn. So it's a really powerful move. Let's say one of your soldiers is like too far back to fight, but one of them is not too far back to fight. You know, the one that's far back can give your soldier that's fighting another turn. That's huge. But like once they're bonded, it's over. Like they're gonna be like that. So there's synergies that are better if different soldiers are bonded. And I don't know if I ignore this, if maybe I could bond JD with like someone else. I don't really have in my mind a better bond mate for them, but we'll leave it alone. I'll look it up. I don't think so. I think the only way to get around that is to actually like kill one of them, and then the bond will drop. Is there anything I really want to do here before I end the video? Well, we'll see our photo. There it is. Get our little kill wall here, and this tells us how many people we've beat. Here's our memorial and bar where our soldiers will be hanging out. Interesting that they have these uniforms now. Is that everyone that's not part of my... Oh, these guys already come with like the Spartan armor. Interesting. So these are randoms. These are not part of my pool. These are my character pool people. Looks like they actually came as their class, so they actually start out as squaddies instead of as rookies. That's really good, actually. So everyone is already their class, except no, they're different classes now. Oh. I don't know how to feel about that. I actually really don't know how to feel about that. I might get a mod to change that. Because with Commander's Choice, I can decide what they're going to be. Well, I might be able to work it in. I might be okay with this. I'll take a look and kind of think about it. Like, for example, I don't have an Assault anymore. Now I'm a Technical, which I really don't like the Technical class, so I don't want to be that myself. Gunner is really good. And of course everyone's using like the basic guns from base level XCOM 2, so I'll need to change those out for the Halo guns. So I got a little bit of research and customization thinking about to do here before I actually decide to trigger the promotions for my characters. Here we have research. I guess we'll look at that.
Capable of generating immense power, yet completely harmless to human life. If only the same could be said for the rest of the aliens' technology. Commander. Dr. Richard Tigan, Chief Science Officer. I am responsible for the entirety of our research here, as well as the procedure you so recently underwent.
Oh yeah, they saved me from like a tube.
Such as it is. I'm not sure what Central may have told you, but we found something while removing...
I thought the opening mission of XCOM 2 was supposed to be them saving me, but
implanted directly
maybe because of the DLC?
Had I access to the equipment available
that might be the tutorial.
My tenure at Advent, I would already know the precise nature of its function. However, given time and your approval, of course, Commander, I assure you, I will find out.
Okay.
Which brings to light an additional point. Though aspects of this facility are indeed impressive, I am but one man. Were you to direct additional support personnel and resources to me, I could substantially improve the speed of all our research.
Yeah, that's the plan, dude.
Farewell, Commander.
Okay. Thanks. We'll assign... modular weapons, I assume. To start getting magnetic weapons or something? Or does that... Oh, this lets me use like scopes and stuff. Well, that is important. None of the crazy upgrades at the very, very beginning here. Let's go ahead and save the game since we're over half an hour in. Anyways, we might as well save it. It's a good cutoff point anyways, since I have some stuff to look up about my soldiers. And I'll do that off screen, and I'll let you know what I think about it later. And then we can kind of review the base, talk about the base and the geoscape and engineering and all that good stuff. And then really we're going to be, you know, starting the game proper. So, cool. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you find it relaxing or soothing or fun or interesting or any of the ings. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a nice day.